Hi, this is a list of my favorite female characters in fantasy literature. So I wanted to do a list of specifically my favorite female characters because I personally have been reading a lot of books that have really poor female representation lately. So I feel like I just need to counter that and do a list of my favorite ladies. I need to let the ladies shine.
You know what? I need my girls with me.
So anyways, let me get into the list. This is going to be in no particular order. I'm not necessarily going from my least favorite to my top favorite or vice versa. These are just, this is just the list. These are all my favorites. Before we get into the main top 10 list of my favorites, I just want to talk about some honorable mentions that I also really like but didn't quite make my top list. First of all, I have Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. She is a 13-year-old witch who is trying to prove her independence and just be the best witch she can be. The next honorable mention is Morrigan Crow from the Nevermore series. She is a seemingly cursed child who gets whisked away on her 12th birthday to the magical land of Nevermore. She tries to integrate into this world that is completely new to her and also discover her self-worth in the process. And the last honorable mention is Yennefer from The Witcher. Yennefer is an extremely accomplished sorcerer. She's confident, she's strong, she's great. Okay, now let's get into the main list. My first character is Éowyn from Lord of the Rings. Éowyn is described often as a shield maiden. She is the niece of Theoden, who is the king of Rohan, and Rohan is one of the kingdoms of Man in Middle-earth. Éowyn is awesome. I've never really appreciated her in the movies for some reason, and I think a lot of that is due to the fact that they kind of played up a love triangle with her a little bit, and I just found that really annoying. So in the books, I could definitely see more depth to her character, and I could just really see her character shine. Okay, why is Éowyn awesome? She killed the Witch King of Angmar, the leader of the Nazgul. Need I say more? No, I don't, but I will. She found a way to get what she wanted, which is to go into battle. She had always put that aside before because there were other important things for her to be doing, but she just wanted to do what was right. And what she thought was right was to ride into battle and fight along everyone else to save Middle-earth. And a more important battle, I don't think she could have picked. The Battle of Pelennor Fields. Then after that absolute win, she just decided to retire and stop fighting, and then she was just gonna live a peaceful life from then on. Absolute queen. She went out on a high note. Also, more seriously, I did find her part in the aftermath of that battle to just be very sad, and I was able to just sympathize with her so much. To me, it didn't feel like she found a lot of glory, which I don't think that's what she was seeking at all. It seemed like she more wanted to do the right thing than to just, find glory in battle. But her whole kind of reckoning with the aftermath of everything that happened just felt very realistic to me, and it just helped me connect with her character all the more. So I loved Éowyn. Okay, next up is Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. Hermione is one of the main protagonists in the series, and she's one of the best friends of Harry Potter. Hermione is the glue that holds everyone together, at least the school-age characters. Of course, all the characters are important, but come on. I don't think those kids would have gotten half as far as they did without Hermione. And we all know it. And they know it. Hermione is extremely intelligent and resourceful, and you know that anytime she's around, we're in good hands. Characters often look to Hermione for answers and solutions, and she delivers. Hermione is going to rule the wizarding world someday, and it will not be a surprise. Next is Marissa Coulter from His Dark Materials. Mrs. Coulter is one of the antagonists in the His Dark Materials series. She is kind of scary too. She's a good antagonist. She's very ambitious. She's really strong-minded, and she does not let anything get in her way. She will manipulate the hell out of a situation to get what she wants. And honestly, she's terrifying. She's scary. She's a great complex villain. Yes, she's an antagonist, but I put her on this list because I think she's just so well written. As a villain, I hate her. But she's so intriguing. She's too smart. She's also incredibly interesting. Her scenes are wild. She is able to do things in this world that no one should be able to do, and it is terrifying. She's so powerful, and I would never want to come into contact with her personally. She's not irrational. However, I think she holds her cards really close to her chest so that sometimes when we see her actions, she may seem unpredictable, but then they always make sense to her character and her personality and what she wants. So I think she's just brilliantly written. Next is Nina Zenik from Six of Crows. She is one of the titular crows and one of the main protagonists. She is also a Grisha, which in this world means that you possess magical powers. Now, I've only read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I haven't read the King of Scars duology, so I don't know how she's portrayed in those books. But at least in Six of Crows, I love Nina. So Nina is a lot, but in a really good way. I would genuinely want to be friends with her in real life because I think she would just be an awesome person to be around. She's so fiercely loyal and she's warm and she's just so shamelessly herself. And I think that you could feel better just by being around her. She's also a very skilled Grisha, and I really liked seeing her role in any of the fights and battles that took place in the books because I knew like she was just gonna get done. I just love how confident and brave Nina is, even when it seemed like her world was collapsing, several times throughout the books. She just kept going. She did what she needed to do. I love Nina. Next is Inej Gaffa, also from Six of Crows. She's another one of the crows and another one of the main protagonists of this duology. Inej is a spy and she kind of deals in stealth and secrets. She is also very acrobatic and she's an incredibly skilled fighter. Inej, in contrast to Nina, is much less bold and more kind of cool and calm and collected. However, Inej is like Nina in that you can always trust that she's going to get things done. She's one of the more reliable characters in the series. If someone gives her a task to get it done, it will get done. Even when things get hard for her and she's put in the most impossible situations, she pulls through. She keeps pushing and pushing, and you can just feel her need to persevere and succeed and be better and be better and be better. We see Inej grapple with a lot of moral quandaries throughout the books, and I loved seeing how she navigated these situations and the decisions and choices she had to make along the way, and just made her a stronger person. We also see a lot of Inej's backstory in the books, and it's very heartbreaking, but it's also great to see that she doesn't let it rule her life in the present. She's so strong. I love Inej. Okay, next character is Adorabelle Deerheart from Discworld. So Adorabelle is a character in Going Postal, Making Money, and Raising Steam. She runs the Golem Trust, which is an organization that makes sure that golems in this world have good working conditions and are treated fairly. Adorabelle is snappy, she's strong-willed, and she is cynical. And rightly so. She knows when she's right, which is most of the time. And she has this really dry sense of humor, which is great. I love it. She's also the love interest of the main character, Moist von Lipwig, and I love that she does not let him, or anyone else for that matter, get away with anything. Not a thing, which is great because he is a notorious con man, so he tries a lot, and you can't get anything past Adorabelle. She's not intimidated by anything. She's amazing. So if Nina is someone that I would want to be friends with in real life, Adorabelle is someone that I would want to be. Full stop. Okay, next character is Pharaoh Maljan from the First Law trilogy. Pharaoh is one of the main POV protagonists in the trilogy. She's an escaped slave, and what she wants desperately is just revenge on the nation that wronged her. The entire nation. And her cause is one I can get behind, obviously. Pharaoh is scary. You want her on your side. She is someone who I would not want to cross paths with. I would keep my eyes down and keep moving. She's very competent. She's another character who that when she's tasked with something, she'll get it done. I loved seeing her fight scenes in First Law because, dude, she's an animal. She will win. I also love that she's not easily impressed. She's not, impressed by anything because either she just doesn't care or she can do the thing better than you, which, respect. She's also a terrible conversationalist, which was just so funny. I don't know. I just really liked Pharaoh. Next character is Sophie Hatter from Howl's Moving Castle. Sophie is the protagonist in this book. She is the eldest of 3 daughters, and she gets cursed one day to become an old woman. So she goes out to try and find a way to undo the curse and meets Howl and his moving castle. I love how Sophie just helps and helps and helps and helps. She's so kind. She has so much compassion. And the relationship she has with her sisters is so nice. You can feel that she just loves them so much and she wants to protect them and she wants to make sure their lives are great and perfect, even at the expense of her own. And it's the same way with all the inhabitants of Howl's Castle too. She does everything she can to help them, even if they don't want the help at first. Sophie does a lot of good for that little found family. She's so strong and she's so brave in the face of danger, and I love how she just makes everyone around her better. Sophie's just the best. The second to last character on my list is Scythe Curie from the Arc of a Scythe trilogy. So in this trilogy, the world has figured out how to make humans immortal, and scythes are the only people that can kill other people. So Scythe Curie is one of these senior scythes. She's been in the game a long time. Scythe Curie is a very interesting character. Her backstory and all the deeds she's done in her past are so intriguing. She has a very bloody past and she's almost ashamed of it in the present, which I think is an interesting character growth. You know, we didn't see it, but we see the result of that growth. She's so wise. She's so experienced. She has a lot of knowledge to pass on to the protagonist, and she's a great mentor. Her nickname is the Grand Dame of Death. It's very intimidating, but cool at the same time. Her contributions in the book are so important. She does so much in these books for these characters, and I'm left wanting more as far as her story. So, you know, I think that's a good thing. And the last character on this list is Coraline from the book Coraline. Coraline is obviously the main protagonist of her novel. She finds a doorway in her apartment that leads to an identical apartment, but instead of her real parents there, she finds her other mother and her other father, who are horrific duplicates. I love Coraline because she's so adventurous and she's so brave. She does things that I would never, ever do. And she's like probably a third of my age. She's got so much courage and nerves of steel. She's also incredibly clever and witty. She can come up with really creative solutions to her problems, and she does not give up ever at any setback. You know, where I would crawl up and just wait to die, you know, at some points in this book, Coraline just pushes through. She sees right through all the bullshit that's thrown at her in this novel. I really admire her. She's a great protagonist. Okay, so that was my list of my favorite female characters in fantasy. If you have any additions to this list, let me know, because I need to read more books with some strong female characters. I need even more positive female representation. I just love it. So anyways, that's all from me. Until next time, just have a really great day. Farewell.